Hello, everyone. It's me. Taking over Slim's world. How that was. Hey, George. Hello, Liz. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Yeah. Hello, Double B. Hey, that weekend. I'm gonna say happy birthday. Happy birthday to April and Callie. Happy birthday to April and Callie. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to y'all.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I'm still full from yesterday. Hey, Melissa, did you hear me sing happy birthday to April and Collie? We did a seafood boil yesterday, man, and God, I ate so much crab legs, my fingers are starting to act like crab legs. I just thought I'd come on today and congratulate everyone for helping me get to 2K. Never thought I'd ever see that happen. Hey, Debbie.
Hello, Debbie.
Yeah, but anyway, we cooked so much crab, and I had a big silver tray plumb full of shrimp and crab leg and corn, and I thought I was going to have to throw it away because you can't keep seafood. You make you sick eating it the next day. So my son and some friends was still down there in the man cave, and they was watching the UFC fight. So I snuck it back down there and just set it down on the table, and they kept smelling it. So I went down there to get it this morning, thought I was going to have to throw it away, and it was empty. They cleaned it out. So, and I tried to find somebody that would eat it while it was still warm, and didn't find nobody. And I thought about, man, I know there's somebody that's hungry tonight, but it was late at night, so I didn't know where to go to find nobody. So I thought I was going to have to throw it away. Well, thank you, Melissa. So how's everybody doing today? Yeah, I had to get up. We got up this morning. I had to go down there and clean all that mess up, put the cornhole boards up, put all the tables up, put the tents up. Excuse me. Yeah, I wish I was too. I mean, I wish y'all was. God, we had so much. And in my video, if you see, I had the stuff laid. They had it on the table in the trays, and they hadn't laid it across the table yet. So I videoed it, and then they made what two more bowls, and put on top of that. So well, I believe we could have stopped at where we was at would have been fine. But it was good. We all had fun. You had a 4-day weekend. Well, what are you doing now, Donnie? You want to come up? Well, thank you, Davy. Yeah, I didn't know you was allergic to shellfish. And I do think I remember in the chat that you was talking about you can't eat it. Now, is it just shellfish that you're allergic to? Can you eat regular fish? All right, brother. Just let me know when you're ready. I'll go ahead and send you a link in case. Melissa, how's Patrick doing? Y'all find anything out about the surgery? Yeah. I think I was allergic to shellfish when I was younger because if I would eat shrimp, I would break out and like my face and arms and hands would swell and I would get like red hives all over my body. So I wouldn't eat. That's why I never really cared for seafood because I thought I was allergic to it. But I could eat oysters and it wouldn't bother me. I could eat crab legs, it wouldn't bother me. It was just shrimp. And it was always popcorn shrimp. I can eat regular shrimp, wouldn't bother me, but popcorn shrimp, I still today cannot eat popcorn shrimp. Okay, well, I'm still praying for him. But tell him if he makes it to Branson that I will not be in Branson this year. Yeah, that's what would happen when I would eat popcorn shrimp. I would eat it, but if I eat too much of it and start feeling like sick, then that's how I know I'd wake up and I would have. I woke up and had hives and got sick on myself and everything. David, I have never ate lobster. No lobster cakes, no lobster nothing. That's another thing about y'all leaving.
No, we're just bringing stuff.
My grandkids come down. It's Kylie's birthday and April's birthday is this week coming up. So we did them a little birthday party yesterday, and they're getting ready to leave. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going either. I don't know. I see them lobster tails on them commercials. I'm like, man, that looks good. But I just don't. I can't see paying that price for something I don't know if I'm gonna like. But I do like crab legs, and they said that lobster is better than crab legs. My fingers are sore because we didn't have the little thingies that you break it. We broke the ends and then broke the middle twist and pulled it out. And my fingers are sore from breaking them crab legs. Well, since I'm alone now, I'm gonna have to make me a new friend. Draw me a handprint on him, put in some eyes, and call him. We'll have to pick a name for him. We'll call him Mike. Let's do that. We'll call him Mike. I'll be Slim and he'll be Mike. Come here, Collie. Somebody wants to say hi to you. Wave. Melissa says, "Dear Curtis, who I said hi."
Hey.
I don't know if it's me or they ain't been around so long, but it seems like she's got taller than me since last time I seen her. Kids is getting their stuff loaded in the thingamajigging. Hey, Bat. I can't eat black-eyed peas either. I mean, I don't know if y'all's family ever did this, but my mom would take like quarters and 50-cent pieces and silver dollars, and she'd put them in a pot of water and boil them. And then she would wash them off and then boil them again. And then she would put the black-eyed pea, the money. Well, she wouldn't put it in a pot of beans. When she would fix the kids' plates, she would put a quarter or 50-cent piece or whatever in the beans to try to get us to eat them. And the thing was, if you ate black-eyed peas on New Year's, you would have money all year long. And she would put the silver dollars in mine, and I still would not eat them. I would give them back to her and tell them to give the money to somebody else. I would not eat them.
Because I didn't like them.
Yeah, she's getting big, Melissa. They come in. We ain't seen them in 3-4 months. And she come in. I was like, y'all done got tall on me. But I guess if you ain't seen, people for a while, when you see them again, they seem like they're taller or shorter or grown up. And she's gone now. Getting her stuff ready. April's got to have them home by 3.
Huh?
Miss Debbie said you sure have grown up on her, lady. Or young lady.
Who?
Miss Debbie.
Huh.
Yeah, she will be 13 years old.
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, she'll be 13. I'm not going to look at it. Yeah, you ever see these dogs? Look, when they're here, that Cameron and them tell me, don't feed them dogs. Don't feed them table scraps. But I'm always feeding them table scraps. So then when we go out to eat, I'll eat a half a plate and I'm full. And April said, you ain't going to eat the rest of that? I said, I can't. I'm full because I'm used to giving half my plate to dogs. I go to eat a whole plate by myself. It fills me up. I should be her size as much as I feed them dogs. Debbie says, happy birthday, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Melissa says, happy birthday.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Patrick. Shoot. Got up too early this morning. April made a sausage, gravy, and biscuit and eggs. I'm full again. And some homemade apple butter. God, that stuff's good. She did good on the apple butter. Patrick, I hope everything works out with you, man. Get you back in action. Well, when you start back after you have all your stuff done, we'll call you Paranormal Patrick 3.0. It was good, but God, I'm feeling it now. It was a deer sausage, and it was spicy. But he had some of them made hot, some of them made mild, some of them made regular. And he wanted the hot ones.
Biscuits, gravy, sausage, eggs, and that was it. And then the
Apple butter.
Yeah.
Patrick, Paranormal Patrick 3.0. I am thirsty. That sausage has made me thirsty.
drank more Kool-Aid gamers there. Then I thought I would.
Put some of that in there. Y'all would hit that like button. Share me out. I ain't gonna be on here maybe an hour and a half a day if that. Depends. Depends. So how's everybody's Sunday going so far? I wonder if I can get a copyright for singing happy birthday. Seems like all my videos here lately has been copyright. Double D.
What?
What's up?
Not much. What's been going on, dude?
Not much, man. We've been celebrating the April and Kylie's birthday this weekend. I was telling everybody about we had a seafood bowl and had a bunch left over, and I was worried I was going to have to throw it away. And my son had some friends come over and watch the fight, and they was, his friends were down there drinking some beer, and I got to thinking. I said,
No.
well, if I take this seafood stuff down there, I said, and they start smelling it, they going to eat it. So I took it down there, and I went down there this morning, man. Thought I was going to have to throw it all away. And I looked in the refrigerator, and there was one of them, silver container things. It had like 3 pieces of corn in it, 2 potatoes, and maybe 2 small crab legs. So they ate a whole pan of crab legs.
Good God.
So I'm glad though, because I hate, man, that stuff ain't cheap. Them crab legs ain't cheap.
Right, yeah.
I asked him why didn't he get me some oysters, some steamed oysters. He said, "Are you going to pay the price for them?" They don't eat oysters. I like steamed oysters though.
Miss Debbie. Well, tell April and Kylie I said happy birthday.
Well, Kylie's right here.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, anyways, okay.
Yeah, I was just
Oh, hey,
asking.
Kylie.
I was asking everybody if I wonder if I could have got a copyright strike for singing "Happy Birthday."
No, it's your own voice. You didn't have no music or anything, so you're good. Well, I can't say it was your own voice, but
I went to when I had Joseph on the other night. I got a copyright thing on that video.
What?
But I mean, every one of them I got says it won't affect my channel. It was just a claim. I guess it goes through a system, and if it picks up on somebody, it says it back to them. They put a copyright on it, but there's no penalty or nothing like that. But if I ever get monetized, which I don't really care to get monetized.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm monetized, then I have to start watching what I do on here. And I'm not doing YouTube to make money. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for fun. That's why I started this. And that's,
right.
I don't want it to become like a job. That's why you see all my stupid videos. I mean, don't get me wrong. I care about my channel, but what I think's funny, a lot of people might not think's funny. And when I did them karaoke things from in here in this room, it sounded real good. But after I posted it, you can't understand a word I'm saying.
Oh, well, you just have to play with your mixer a little bit. Didn't you get a new mixer?
Well, I cannot figure out how to hook this mixer into, it says to plug this in the back of the computer, go in there, click on the instrument, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I've done that, and I cannot get this mic or get it to play through the speakers on the computer. So I got my karaoke speaker up here, and I plugged it all through it, and then the mics didn't fit. So I ordered an adapter for my mic, plugged it up, it still wouldn't work. So I went back on there to see what I was doing wrong, and then it says at the bottom of it, 75% of this item has been returned. I was like, oh, it don't work. So I was like, why didn't you put that at the top
at the top
of the lid where I can see it?
I actually just ordered one from Amazon myself. But I had to get a microphone as well because the 2 microphones that I use now are USB. And it takes the 3.5. So I had to get one with a microphone with it. And then I seen some adapters for the USB mics, but I also looked at the reviews and a lot of them said it didn't work for it. So
all right, man, I
just got one with a microphone.
I got this mic. I got this mic. I got this mic.
Yeah.
I got this mic. This mic.
Okay.
And this mic works. The rest of them don't. Now, I just bought this one yesterday. And see, the other mic that's like this, it come with an adapter to plug in to smaller instruments. And this is what this speaker is the one that Amy used at the reunion and the mic. And I've kept that adapter with it. Well, my son took it down to the man cave because they wanted to do karaoke one night, and the adapter's gone. I have no idea where it went. I have drug boxes out. I have done this. I have looked at it. And my thing of it is when I hide something or put something up, I'll put it where I think my mind will remember. But when I go to look for it, my mind don't remember.
You don't remember. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I understand that completely. There's probably money all over in my room that I've just forgotten about.
Well, you're old enough. You probably remember that country song, My Mind's Got a Mind of Its Own. It says, my mind's got a mind of its own. It takes me out of walking when I'd rather stay at home. Well, that's my
Oh, no, don't know it.
No it was an old country song that somebody made for fun.
She's playing with a dog, isn't she?
I am thirsty, man. That sausage has made me thirsty.
Yeah.
So how'd you end up with 4 days off?
Man, listen, I think I complained too much. No, when I hurt my back, they're trying to give me a little bit extra recoup time because I didn't stay out of work for it. I just went right back to work, and they're trying to give me, like a break in between, a long break in between my days working so that I can kind of recoup from the week.
Yeah. That's good, I guess. If you can get the rest and the time to yourself to clear your mind.
Well, I've been actually, believe it or not, yesterday morning I sat in here and I edited videos, and this morning I sat in here and edited videos. I just finally got another one dropped. I've got another one ready to drop, and then I'm doing another one. So just been editing videos. We didn't have the kids this weekend, so
David says send the kids on a treasure hunt, though.
Right now I can't. There's a big tree down in my front yard.
A big tree?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have a bad storm day for yesterday?
Yeah, a couple days ago. It was pretty windy, and man, this was a really nice, healthy birch nut tree, and it still fell. But it fell about 2 feet out in front of my shed. I might even be able to open the door. You might be able to see it.
Well, if you come over, man, I'll give you a chainsaw to use.
Right. I'll be right there. I'll run down there real quick. Well, run up there, excuse me.
Back in my young days, I'd have drove down there and helped you. Now that I'm older
my younger days, in my younger days, I would have just brought the van down here and tied a rope to it and pulled it out of the way. But I'm old now. I can't even get down there like I used to.
Yeah, Casey's boyfriend changed the back brakes yesterday. Well, he's changed all brakes on my truck the last couple of weeks. I told him I just don't do brakes because I did some shocks for my cousin, and he had a wreck, but it wasn't nothing that I done. But if it would have killed him, and that thought would have stayed in my head that I did something and that killed my cousin, I could have never got over it, man. So I do not do brakes, because if I do brakes and somebody dies because the brakes fail, I could live with it. So I do not do brakes. And I'm too fat and old to get down there and look up underneath that wheel wall.
Well, the thing is, take pictures. Always take pictures.
Well, I mean, I know how to do it. It's just that my mind tells me not to do it because, if it's, I won't even change my own brakes. I mean, I will, if I have to, but but that's my life. I'm not in danger
Right,
of
yeah.
nobody else.
Gotcha, yeah. Call yourself old.
Debbie. Well, Debbie, we're older than we used to be. Like Toby
Yeah.
Keith, you said, I'm not once the man I used to be, but I'm still as good as I ever was. Still as good as I ever was, Debbie, but I'm better than I ever was too.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
I've got to get this hernia, man. I've got to get it taken care of. I'm tired of walking around and sticking out looking like I'm pregnant with triplets. I'm gonna have a litter, Dottie. I'm gonna have a litter.
Oh shit. Abortion. You're gonna have to take you down there and set you up in the doctor's office.
Yeah. I would be famous then, but
Oh Lord, man. What I'm concerned with is who's the daddy. That's
I'm one of them like a snake. I can produce my own breed.
I've got so many questions. I have so many questions now.
That's what that movie, remember, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito when they was
Mhm.
when I had babies. I was like,
Oh yeah.
who's the daddy? All right, hold on a minute, Donna. They're gonna leave. Let me tell them bye.
All right. Miss Debbie, what you guys got going on today? Hey Maris. Miss Debbie, I don't know when we're gonna be getting the kids back today. It'll probably be I don't even know what time it is. It's 2:30. We'll probably get them back in the next hour or so. I may even get interrupted. Have to go. Patrick, how you feeling, brother? It's been a while since I've talked to you. From the next door neighbor's party. Oh, did you guys even notice? Look, the chair's gone. I forgot to tell y'all. I got me a chair and moved it around so you guys can see the whole collection. Now let me scoot out of the way here real quick. Now the whole collection is there for you guys to see. I forgot to tell you guys that. I'm gonna drop the camera real quick, guys. Miss David, did you go to the party or you just was kept up by the party? Yeah, we put it back inside, Miss Debbie. We we were able to find a way for me to get a new desk set up and a new chair. So big comfy chair went back inside so I can use it inside. And I got a new desk chair and desk. So Yeah, no more big comfy chair.
Sorry about that, y'all. They're gonna leave
Oh, you
and
good?
went out there to say bye to them, and they was up there in the field throwing the football.
You didn't even get a beer out of it, Miss David. That's crazy. I would have walked over there and asked for one. Hey, I don't want to come in and don't want to barge in, but y'all are keeping me up. At least let me get a beer or something. Get a mixed drink.
Yeah, they had that big UFC fight last night. I guess everybody was watching it. It was supposed to be in the Sphere in Vegas, but I don't know what happened.
I don't even.
It didn't happen.
Oh, you're good, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Wasn't sure if I had one of my mics off or not.
Well, Patrick, I wish you the best of luck on those surgeries. If they have to give me surgery, I'm not taking the surgery. I mean, I guess it really all depends on what my ratios are. You know, my 80-20, 30-30, 30-60, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of them things. I mean, you can say this and say that, but until you're in that situation, then that decision becomes reality. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it.
If it's going to give me a 50-50 chance, or below a 50% average,
Yeah, I'm not
that's like I've had to they wanted to do back surgery, but they wanted to fuse my back, and I was like, no. That's once they fuse it, you're like this, the rest of your life. You can't move freely.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that pain sometimes hurts so bad that you'd rather do that.
I mean, I feel a lot better than what I did now, but I still have a pain all day, every day, and it does hurt after I walk after a little while or stand after a little while. So, and I think that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. So,
What is that behind you, Donnie?
all kinds of stuff.
No, the black thing with the red mask, or is that a mask? Or
Yeah, that's Amy's shirt with Halloween mask on it.
oh, I thought it was the devil doing it.
No, he ain't after me. He better go away from me.
Hey,
Whatever.
the other night in your live silent live, it said
Yeah.
the devil was there and
Oh,
he's
I
going to
know
get you. I left them when
that.
I should have put the marks where it said it
Mm-hmm,
at, but I
mm-hmm.
wrote it down in your chat so you can know what it says.
Man, listen, that's not the first time it said that. And I don't know which one of these it is, but one of them is not very nice. And I've had a lot of bad luck here lately.
Exactly, Melissa.
So I'm trying to realize this is high right now. True.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was me and Florna, me and Jenna, we were sitting there listening to it, and I said, I was writing down what it was saying, and they was like, yeah, I heard that, but I didn't want to say that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not the first time it said it, and I don't know. Like I say, I don't know which one it is. But Slim, the kids just got home, so I'm being beckoned. So I've got to run. Appreciate your asking me to come up. I appreciate the invite.
All right, man.
All right, you guys have an amazing afternoon. I'll see all of you guys later. I love y'all.
All right, Donnie,
Love
take
y'all.
care, bro.
Remember, a Twinkie a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, got big. Yeah, Melissa, it's, like I was telling him, it's people say this, and I got something in my eye. But until that moment comes in their life that decision has to be made, And you can say what you want. People's like, I'll never eat this or I'll never eat that. But till you get hungry, you don't know what you would eat. But I will not eat black eyed peas. Will not eat black eyed peas. Oh, I bet not. It's something that has to be done. I mean, it's one of them things that just got to be done. I just hope that everything goes smooth and he gets back to 100% and put all of this behind him. All right, Debbie. Everybody done left. This is just us. Wasn't gonna go live today. I was just tired and had the grandkids. So well, I got to try to force myself to do what I can do. Yep. What? So we went Saturday to the fishing lake, or Friday to the fishing lake, and it was 48 degrees with the wind chill. It was like 45. And yesterday it was like in the 70s. Today it's in the 80s. And then I think it's supposed to drop back down in the 50s Tuesday or Monday. I think Mother Nature is on drugs. She don't know if she wants to rain. She don't know if it wants to snow. She don't know if it wants to turn summer. Don't know. Patrick, you got to get better, man. That lawnmower misses you, man. I'm going to have to get my old John Deere back out. Cameron's moving. He's taking the Kubota with him. They got a yard probably big enough you can pitch grass up by hand. I don't know. I ain't been over there yet. So. But he's moving. He's moving in with a friend of his. Something about a lawnmower, ain't it, Patrick? Something about a lawnmower. That's my time, man. Fishing and cutting grass. It's my time to get my mind clear. That's the time that, all I hear is either silence or just the blaze running, and I can just focus on what's going on in my head. I don't have all this side track stuff going on. and cooking, man, grilling out, sitting behind that grill. One thing I worry about then is getting burning the food, and getting my mind right. And half the time, I burn myself, burn the food, and still didn't get my mind right. Now, I don't be burning no food, man. Not on no grill. Now, in the kitchen, I might turn something up to get the grease hot and forget to turn it down and throw some burgers or something in there and forget about it. And next thing I know, I'm seeing smoke. But it ain't burnt, so I have to throw it away and restart. But on the grill, man, I pay attention. And that's more or less because I've watched so many grills blow up, catch on fire. So I'm constantly watching it. And then I got the app on the phone for the Pit Boss where it tells me the temperature. It tells me, what's going on. If one side's burning hotter than the other side. Then I can set reminders to rotate, the food or flip the food. And then I got an outside camera that I can face down on the grill and keep an eye on it. That's called cheat cooking, Patrick. When you sit in your house and watch TV and watch cameras and your phone to make sure your food's cooking right. Takes the fun out of sitting around the grill. But it's good on them hot days. Amy's now is working today. I talked to Cody the other day, man. He said one of the axle pins broke and the front axle tried to come out underneath the trailer. I was like, man, I'm glad. He said he was glad it was at, the dumping spot. He said not on the interstate. And if it had been on the interstate, that thing would probably come on out from underneath. I worry about everybody that's traveling, especially them out there working. They're by themselves out there, just Amy and Cody. And anything goes on, it's on them to work it out, It's like when Donnie tree fell. He's there by himself, I wish I was there closer to go over and cut that tree up for him. Like Patrick going through his stuff. Wish I could go pick him up, take him out there to a pond somewhere and sit him down beside me and we just sit there and fish all day. He can drink him a beer and I can drink me a Code Red Mountain Dew. I tried to drink a beer yesterday, man. I think I drank 2 and I was full. I guess that's why I didn't eat so much because I was full. I can't drink beer no more. It fills me up. Oh, I love it too. That's what I said. If everybody went to Branson, to everybody bring them a fishing rod, and we would find us a creek or a stream or somewhere. I mean, it's nice to catch the fish, but it's the time that you sit there and just talk with your buddies. Getting that time for men to sit around and women to sit around and get to talk or think. That's what I told Cameron, as long as he's fishing, he can't get it, which he's got a good head on his shoulder, but you ain't gonna get no fish unless you illegally fishing or fishing on private property. But it's that time to get your mind clear. And they had a pretty good night the other night. They caught a 28.6, a 25.7, a 26 point something, and a 20 point something. And they won $650, I think. But it was cold, and they was having a big fishing tournament Saturday night or last night. It cost $300 some to enter it. But if you would win one spot, you could win thousands of dollars. And if you'd win the biggest fish of about 2 hours, you could win up to anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. But the lake's going to be packed. And when them lakes get packed like that, it shuts them fish down. So they don't hardly bite as good. And people think it's easy to go fish a stock pond, but it's not. I tell everybody, well, bring your $100 or $150 or whatever it costs to get in there. And you go over there and you sit down in your spot and you try to make a bait that them fish will bite. And if you catch fish, I'll give you props, but it ain't that easy. Not like me and you, Patrick, at the slot machines, putting that card in there and hitting that button. And I looked over there. I was sitting there looking like this, just sitting there constantly like this. I looked over there, and Patrick was on the machine beside me, and he was looking the other way, looking around, just constantly hitting that button and saying that. I looked down and said I was out of money. And Patrick looked at me. I guess he was out of money too. It's gambling. Yeah. It is if you win. If you don't, that's money you lose. But I just can't. It's that risk, you take that $300 and take a chance on winning some money. But then I think about my family and what is here and now. And I could use that $300 to feed my family or whatever. But if it's like, if I got extra money, I don't mind doing it. I'm not going to take my last dollar out there and try to win some money because it ain't that easy. Okay, dog. Red, man, I got sunburnt yesterday. Ooh, I'd buy a goat. I'd buy 5 goats and a cow. I know my cousin, man, his back lot one time got real, real high. And you wasn't going to get no lawnmower in there to cut that grass. So his neighbors down the road had some goats. He told him, he said, man, you put up a fence. He said, I'll bring them goats up and we'll get rid of that grass. So I went over and helped him. We stuck up a little fence and we stuck them goats in there. Within 2 days, They had all that grass ate. Only thing we had to do was go in there and do a little bit of weed eating. Them things do some eating. You back in there? Where was you at? I missed something. Ooh. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, I hate to hear that. Hey, dog. That's Cameron. He bought a little kiddie pool for them dogs to play in. And they didn't get in it yesterday, but they darn sure got into it today. That's a good idea. I would call them and somebody, man, that does grass and explain, what's going on with you. And, you know, they probably just either do it for nothing or, won't charge you much. But I would rather do that than have to you used to have to push mine. My lawnmower broke down and I'd have to mow this yard. And that's a lot of grass to be cutting. Have y'all ever seen them videos where the guys put a pole in the middle and then take the lawnmower and turn it on and it goes around and around and around until it cuts all the way up to the pole? I thought about that stuff years ago. And when I was young, I wonder if that would work. Right when they first started coming out with them front propeller wheel push mowers. And then I just let it go at that. And then now you see it all over TikTok and YouTube. And then that's in that one where them little mowers that automatically mow. They'll say if you just put it out there, turn it on, and it cuts the grass itself. I seen one of them, and then the man just bought it, pulled it out of the box, cut it on, and this rock waller went out there and tore it up. Yeah, I would talk to him, man. Maybe you can find somebody that can help you out. I mean, you really don't, unless you're getting a lot of rain and a lot of sun, you really don't have to mow but twice a month. I mean, you can go 2 weeks, but if it's growing over your ankles or up close to your kneecaps in 2 weeks, then you're going to have to cut it back to a week. But if you let it get too high, you ain't going to find nobody to go in and cut that. Except for them people on YouTube that just cuts all them big yards down that's grown up for views. No. There's something, if you're overdrawn or something, you're going to have to give up, man. They charge you $40. The bank charge you $40 a month, or they want to charge you $40 to cut your grass. They want to charge me $40 a month. I'm overdrawn in my bank. You got to fix that. Yeah. You know, like out in Arizona and places, there's a lot of places out there, the grass, they don't have grass in their yards. They just put gravel to cover up the dirt. Sometimes I kind of wish I hadn't had that, but then again, I don't want to look at gravel or let's see green grass grow. Well, okay, dog, these days and times, man, that's not hard to do, man. Everything in the grocery store is expensive. You can't go buy a pack of bologna and a loaf of light bread and a jar of mayonnaise and spend $50. All right, Melissa, y'all take care and let me know if there's anything I can do for y'all. Love y'all. Oh, reading Debbie, yeah, we had a rough piece. Yeah, Debbie, if I wish I had like a tractor with a mower box on the back of it. If I had one of them, I could go and clear out a lot of this woods and make my yard a whole lot bigger. I'm gonna have to eventually do that anyway because the trees are starting to grow in over the property line, and so I'm gonna have to move them back. And when I move them back, that'll keep the snakes farther away from the house too. Yeah, bush hogs, what I'm trying to think. Thank you for coming in here. You knew I was thinking of that word and you just showed up to tell me. Thank you, E.T. I needed that. So I need a E.T. on my shoulder there so when I can't think of words, he can tell me. Couldn't you imagine E.T. here in red with his hair down and the beard down, and E.T. on this one in white with his hair down and his beard down? I haven't yet. E.T., I'm just now really getting on YouTube today. My grandkids have been down and we've been trying to spend this time with them because I don't know when next time they'll get to come down. Hey, E.T., that cabin that y'all was at in that video, is that on your property or is that somebody else's property? Or because I know you was talking about building little cabins and stuff, and That's a good idea, man. If you could build them little cedar cabins or any cabin and put it on the traveler's guide where people, just need an overnight stay, and they love staying at those places. I got to do some catching up too. I've been trying. If I haven't hit nobody's channel, believe me, I'm working my way there. But I like to be able to, I was trying to spend time in there watching a bunch of videos. But after you watch some videos that's hour, 2 hours long, that's 2 hours gone, and you have to watch somebody else's. And then they say, 24 hours is up. You have to start over. So I've been going in there trying to watch what I can. And if y'all notice, I've been leaving a lot of comments in the shorts because those are quicker to watch. But I know, it's not helping with watch hours. You read the shorts. But I try, y'all know me, I try to support and do what I can to support everybody. Oh, really? Man. Wonder if y'all can apply for a small campground permit. That's a way around things. Because we was talking about putting a few cabins here one time, and we tried to do it, and they were saying, well, it's like private property. You can't really, there's a lot of permits involved. But you could, and the guy helped it. He said you could apply for a small campground permit. But I still had to have an inspector come out and make sure that they had water, plumbing, and power to each cabin. I was going to put them down there in the woods with Bigfoot. No, but ET, your videos, man, your videos are good and interesting. I was watching them, I got to really sit down and watch them the other night when I played your videos. And I was constantly glued to watching to see what was going to happen next. I did think them two witches was going to do what you were saying about Sandy. Sandy was worried about. But I'm glad they didn't. But yeah, I was very interested in your videos, man. You got good stories there. Why not just buy the house across the street and keep the house on the lake? Or the crowd? Oh yeah, I've seen that. It is good. I mean, if it's right across the street, you can give them access to the lake. But I guess if it's your property, you can have access to the lake all you want. Oh yeah, man, I was very interested in, and the people that was coming in the chat watching was interested too. I don't know. I mean, I hope it helped you out some, or if any, at least some, if not more. But I thought, well, as long as I'm playing somebody's videos, they're getting watch time hours, and then I'll link their links to the chat. So maybe if they're not subscribed, maybe they'll subscribe to them, so that'll help them out again. And the process of return is helping me get watch time hours. Hey, Sandra. But I would, if you don't mind it, I will finish your list out if you don't care for me playing them, because I cut it off, and you still had a few more we needed to watch. But you just let me know if you care if I play them. And see, what's the day? Sunday. I think I've been playing them on Monday nights. So I'll start yours again Monday. You be peace. See, I seen. Yeah, I have caught a few of them, but I was watching them the other night, and then I was like, I wonder if he would care if I played his videos. And then so ET said it was fine, so I played them. Was it last week, ET? And I was sitting there watching them and chatting in the chat, and I kind of got lost into watching the videos and forgot about the chat. I don't mind playing anybody's videos as long as they're, proper and nothing way out there. You know what I mean? I don't want to cuss and hear every other word, or I'm not going to play no Satan worshipers or nothing like that. We'll try to hang out a little bit longer, y'all, if y'all not ready to go. Yeah. We was in, I don't know if it was Tennessee or Kentucky. And we was up in the mountains, and we was working on different modular homes, and we didn't have one work truck. So we decided that we would park the work truck in the middle. That way, if I needed something, I would walk halfway. If my buddy needed something, he could walk halfway to get it. And I was walking in. Now, these is the woods, and it's like a one car path road that goes up this mountain. And if somebody else is coming over, you couldn't pull over there because you'd go down the mountain. So you'd have to pull up on the side of the road and let the car pass and go on by. So I was walking down there, and I kept hearing something. And I just about got to the truck, and my buddy Bob said, "Mike, hurry up." And I was like, I thought he cut himself or hurt himself or something. So I took off running down there, and I said, "What's wrong, man?" He said, "Dude, you got a cat following you." I'm thinking, little bitty kitty cat. and he got me and pointed up to the trees, and sure enough, there was a coot or a mountain lion or whatever it is, panther, was up in a tree, and that thing had been stalking me. Every time I'd walk down that road, I kept hearing something, but I kept looking on the ground. I wasn't looking at the trees. And them things are some big kitty cats. Yeah, I mean, I've let them, I try not to, but I have let them slip out sometimes. But you always feel that thing in the back of your head, man, that something's watching you. Oh yeah, was it last week? Last week, I had some trash that I didn't take out that day, so I went to take it out that night. And on this side of the house here, my trash can is like right out here. And I was sitting up there, and I raised the trash can lid up, put the trash in, and a log about this big, about that high, come out of the woods and landed beside me. So you tell me what rabbit, squirrel, snake, mole, whatever it is, threw a log from out of the woods up to me. It happens all the time, ET. I mean, I go out there, I can go, like yesterday I mowed before we did the cookout, and nothing. Go out there today, and there's logs, man. I mean, it's cut up logs that we've cut down, to make little paths through the woods when they used to ride four-wheelers in there, and we just stacked them up down there. And I guess that's the ones they're throwing up here. And I don't know if it may be a human. I don't know what it is, but they're always on this side of the house or up there on that side of the house. And y'all know me for a while now, and y'all know that I didn't believe in ghosts and didn't believe in Bigfoot. There's something in these woods. I don't know if it's human. I don't know if it's Bigfoot. I don't know what it is. But something's throwing something out there. The dog's ball went down in the woods, and I went down there as far as I was going to go and look. I couldn't find it. And I was like, it could have went far. So me and Boone, we walking around the woods. Next day, I come outside, and the ball is sitting on my outside table up against the umbrella. The ball sitting up there. Now, who put that ball back up there? Yeah, I want to get him. I told you what I was going to do. I was going to teach him how to weed eat and cook grass. That thing might stink, though, E.T. And there's sometimes I can, when I mow around the wood line, I'm always looking in the woods. And I'll see something, but I'm thinking, well, it's just a tree or a bush or something like that. And then, so when I come back to that spot, I'll look for it again, and it'll be gone. And I'll know, because I'll look and I'll see this tree, that tree, and then that's where it was. And when I go back to that spot, I see that tree, this tree, and where it was, it's gone. We got the cottonmouth, and we got the copperhead, and we got the coil snake, and they have been rattlesnakes, caught down here around North Carolina, around this area. Matter of fact, right down the road at the park, was it 3 weeks ago? Might have been 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. A kid was walking down the path and got bit. And the doctors, it was in a paper, the doctor said that they thought it was a copperhead bite, that they was going to treat it for a copperhead bite. And the dad said, well, I got the snake in here if y'all want to see it. And he had it in, like a little cooler. And when the doctor picked it up, it started rattling. And said, the doctor said, rattlesnake. Said, it got bit down here in North Carolina? They said, yeah. So they are here. Yeah, I don't like snakes neither, Sandra or Debbie. Don't like them at all. APPR. Casey, when she finished kindergarten, we took her, bowling and stuff, for, passing kindergarten. And we got home, and she decided to go into I had drawers in there that had like paper and pencils and crayons and stuff for them to use if they needed a piece of paper or whatever. And then this drawer beside it had some of my surround sound speaker wire in it. And so Casey goes in there and she says she got snake bit. And I was like, no, she stuck her hand in there in my wires and it stuck her. And sure enough, I went in there and there was a snake in the drawer. It was probably about maybe that long. It was like maybe a year old. But it was a black snake. So I put it in a little container and stuck it in there because it was a black snake, but if you looked at it, it had like a brown markings like a copperhead. I have never seen it before. So I stuck it in a container and took it because on her hand, there was 2 fang marks on her hand. So we took her and I was like, well, the EMS is right here. So we stopped there to have them to check it out. And he looked at it and he said, yeah, it was definitely a poisonous spider. Poisonous snake. And so I said, well, man, I said, it was a black snake. He said, no, he said, it left fang marks. I said, yeah, but I got it here. I said, let me explain to you. So he went to open it and I thought I killed the snake, but I didn't. And as soon as he opened that thing jumped out and bit one of those. But it was after a while, you could start seeing the little teeth marks of the snake come in her hand. So it never made her sick. We put a Band-Aid on it, went on, cleaned it, put a Band-Aid on it, went on about the business. But that guy had 2 fang marks or bite marks on his tip of his nose where a little bit of snake bit him. But I thought the snake was dead. I mean, I hit it with a broom and it just flopped over on his belly, back. He said, I thought you said. It was funny too because he had the snake here and it was dangling on his nose, still latched on. He said, I thought you said this thing was dead. I said, well, it was when I killed it. And we started laughing. He called it a zombie snake. I get bit by a zombie snake. I don't. Well, anyway, to that story, right before or that day, right before we left the bowling alley and we stopped at the store, Casey went and picked up one of them rubber snakes from the store. And I was like, why do you want that? She said, I'm going to play pranks on Mama. So I got it. And I mean, I didn't think nothing about it, forgot all about it. And I come in the house one day and I was out there weed eating. And I come back outside and I looked down right there in the front of the yard and there lay the snake. So I come back here and I got my gun and I shot that snake up about 10 pieces. And Casey was laughing at me because it was her rubber snake. April about knocked me down. A stink bug got in here the other day, and she thought it landed on her, and she about knocked me down trying to get away from her. I said, where was you going to run to? If it was on you, it's still on you wherever you go. Yeah. Them ones that you touch and they'll flip over on the back. That's what this one did. And then I come in here one day and right there in the when you open the doors, little hallway right there, there's a little bitty old snake, stood about that long. And it was standing up on its tail, striking at me. And it was black with white spots all over it. I've never seen one. So I tried to look it up. Thought maybe it was a baby black snake or a garden snake or something. And didn't matter. I looked at it said it was a copperhead, said it was a black snake, said it was a brown snake, said it was some other kind of snake. But every one of them, the snakes was that same. So I never did know what kind of snake it was. Yeah, if I can get, if there's one that's like in my building or next to the house, if I can catch it and get it back out in the woods or ways, I'll let it go. But if they come on the inside of my house, you don't get a second chance. We had one up underneath the toaster oven, the toaster grill thing. And we've been sitting in there talking for hours and never noticed it. Well, Cameron comes in there and he said, what is that? And I said, what? He said, that thing underneath that toaster. I said, I don't know. So he picked it up and it was about a 4-foot long black snake, about that big around. And I tried to get it down so I can catch it, but it kept striking at me. And then it started musking all over the place and stinking. So I finally just got tired of trying to catch it. And I just went ahead and hit it with the broom and thought maybe it would be like that other one and just, lay dead. Well, I took it out there and, threw it in the woods. But we had a friend of ours' mother passed. And we went to the funeral and we come home to change clothes. And I heard something. And sure enough, I picked my mattress up and moved my bed. And sure enough, there was another black snake going down. Somebody had pulled the vent. Well, when Kayla was living with us, she had that room. And she dropped her cell phone down in the heater vent. So her boyfriend climbed up underneath the house, pulled the vent off the thing, got her phone out, and evidently just either left it like that or just stuck it up there and it fell back down. But anyway, when my furnace was running, all my heat was running out underneath my house for 2 years. And them snakes found the hole and they come through. But I don't know how they got past the vent itself. I mean, that's what I can't figure out because it's got them little grooves. I don't know how them snakes got out past that. But the one come in and the other one was coming in to find her or find him. And so when it run back down, I closed that bin off, and April got up, went to work the next morning, and that other snake that was in the house was sitting there at the front steps waiting on that other snake to come back out. And April about stepped on it. Yeah, the ones that flip over and flatten out. I know Vander. I don't know if y'all know Vanderland or not. Vanderland. He's always going out in his yard and finding pygmy rattlers and all kinds of little snakes like that. Wow. I remember I tried to play a prank on my teacher at school, got in trouble. That's what I was saying. They're more or less like up in the mountains, the mountain area, but we have had a bunch of, people talk about snakes, down rattlesnakes around Trotman area where I live at, or the Statesville area where I live at. And around it too, they do make it down here. Luckily, I don't think I've ever, I can remember, I don't think I've ever walked up on one here. I have cottonmouths and rattlesnakes. Copperheads, but I don't think I've ever seen a rattlesnake here. But I don't know if you was in here when I was just telling them 3 weeks ago. There's a lady walking a path down here at the state park and got bit, and her husband or her dad or whoever it was caught the snake. He thought he killed it, put it in one of them coolers, and brought it to the hospital. And the doctor went to identify the snake, and when he picked it up, it started rattling. But now in the mountain part of where we live at, you start heading up there, there's timber rattlers, diamondbacks. Then you get up to Virginia and then Tennessee and Kentucky. And all these houses getting built. If they're building them up there, they're running them this way. No, I never did that. Never did that, did he? I wish David write a book. And me and Debbie talk. She tells me about a lot of her stories when she was growing up or young, or it happened in her life. I was like, she has seen and done about everything. Oh, that was E.T. that said. I thought that was David. This thing moves so fast. That was E.T. that said that. I don't think I've ever done that. I thought that was David that said it, because David's name is right below it. When I clicked on it, it flipped up. So I thought it was David that said that. Yeah, we used to do that, Davey, but we, you take a paper clip and you stretch it out and you fold it over and to make it where it's like this. Then you take and pinch the two together. And then you drop it on the table and it'll bounce up real high. It's like kind of like a wrap trap. But we used to put one of them little snappers, them things you throw and they pop, and put them in there and you stick them in that matchbox. And then when you open it up, the thing would undone and then it'd hit that popper and pop and scare people. That was the two prank. I did two pranks. Well, I thought it was funny. I thought it was going to be funny, but I made one and put it in the teacher's desk. And then she had, so when she opened up her desk drawer, she'd see that matchbox and open it up and it popped. Well, then on her chair, it looked like a poop emoji like we see today, but it just looked like a pile of dog poop. And I put it on her chair. So when it popped, she would sit down, and when she get up, it'd be poop there. This was what, 4th grade, so I thought it would be funny, but it wasn't. I got in trouble. I got a paddling from her, then I got a paddling from the principal. Then when I got home, I got a paddling from Mama. But my mama's paddlings wasn't paddling. It was whoopings. AT, you still here? Did y'all get that bad storm that come through? I don't know if it comes from y'all's direction or if it comes from Donnie's direction, but it covered from all the way from Illinois and Michigan and Florida and Kentucky and Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina. But I don't know if it come from Florida's way and went that way or if it come from y'all's way, but man, I went outside. I had just got every limb up out of the yard. I didn't even know about this rainstorm. And man, it come up a storm. My ditches just washed out. There was leaves back all over the yard, tree limbs and everything. And I thought my flagpole was going to be gone, but it didn't bend it. I had it lowered enough that it didn't bend it. But my son's my building light, it's the type that folds. You can fold and adjust it. They was folded completely behind itself. AT, that's the time to go fishing right there, buddy. I would get me a rod right now and get off this live, and on the way out, dig me up a night crawler, and I'd go down there to that creek. That's the best time to fish a creek. I mean, it come up the bass, the fish pond that we fish at. Y'all seen me post. A tornado come right across of it, and they had just put new lights up and everything, but it didn't damage nothing. Just far as like limbs and stuff like that. But they was out there, people out there fishing, and that tornado come across them, and they just sat out there in the rain, tornado, and kept on fishing. Well, no offense to you, man, but if somebody didn't know you and was walking through the woods at the same time you was walking in and you had your hair down and you was wearing something brown, they would probably mistake you for Bigfoot. But we had this little creek down the road here, and that was what we called our honey hole when we was teenagers. And it had this little waterfall that went over, and we would have when the water was down, we could walk the rocks across, and then it was like kind of dammed up because it was deep here. Then there was another little ripple waterfall down below it. So them fish would come over and get trapped in that hole, and we would fish it. And when it was like high tide, when it rained some, we would get in there, and you can lay in that waterfall, and the water would come over, and you could put 4 of us in there, and we could sit there and talk like we are now, and the water wouldn't mess with us or nothing. And when them fish come over that dam, we'd grab a hold of them and wrestle them and throw them up on the bank. Sometimes we'd have a snake coming out through there, though, and that would be the end of that. We'd get out of it. But we had when the water was up, when the creek was up, we had a rope tied to a tree. So we would throw our rods and tackle boxes across to the other side. Then we'd get on that rope and swing across, and we'd sit there and fish. And then it would rain some more, and then the creek would get right, where we fished at, it would just start covering it. And then the other side was wider, so there was no choice but to walk and get wet because there was no swinging back to the other side. But those was the fun days. Yeah. Hey, I heard we was down there yesterday, and I was walking up here to, what was I? I was going to get something. We was starting to cook then. I come up here to get something, some more seasoning. And I got to the front of the house, and I heard a yelp coming out from up there where the barn is. The yelp call. And I mean, a lot of people just think it's noisy, but I've, listened to them before, so I knew what it was. Or I thought I knew what it was. I haven't really caught it yet. But I'm going to catch him and put him in the dog cage and teach him how to weed eat and cut grass, and then put him in a little bunk down there in the building. Take him some bread and water every 3 days. No, I wouldn't do him like that. And also, man, our trash can has been, it's one of them ones on wheels that the city has. It has been drugged down to the woods. Now, what animal? And ain't no raccoon or nothing like that, no possum or nothing gonna be able to drag that trash can down there to the woods. So how? I don't know. I don't know. They said there's 104 people in here. 101 now. Scared 3 of them off. $104 people and 12 lights. Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know what. I mean, the first time it happened, I was like, what in the world? And so I went and picked up the trash can. There was a bag laying here and a bag laying there. I picked them to, there's 3 bags in the trash can at the time. And then I couldn't find the third one. So I walked on down in the woods. And then where the trails are down there, there's a log sitting there. And it was like whoever it was sitting there on the log going through my trash. So I had to go down. I had to come back up here, get in a trash bag, then go down there and pick all the trash up. And that was freaky because I'm sitting there picking up the trash and thinking the whole time, whoever it is or whatever it is sitting there staring at me do this. And then we went down there and you can see there's like 2 small trees sticking up. And they've been pulled and snapped and like wrapped. I'll tell you, if I go down there, next time I see one of them, I'm going to take pictures of it. I know when Amy came down here, April was showing her some of them. Amy was like, Mother Nature didn't do that. Something else done that. I was like, I don't know. I try not to go in them woods. I never got the eerie. I've always been in woods all my life, and I've never had the eerie feeling that I get from these woods. I've never. Yeah, you're gonna eat the trash, man. At least clean your mess up. Well, I have tried that, Debbie, but the deer eat it. But now let me tell you this. Around Easter, not this past year, but last year, Easter, you remember the old traps, you take a box and put a stick on it with a string and you would hide, and then a rabbit would come up and eat the carrots, and then you pull the string and catch the rabbit. Well, I told Kylie, I said, we'll catch that rabbit. So I just took a stick up there and put the box up there, and we stuck some carrots and apples in there. And I mean, there was probably about that much gap where, something can get in there. And we went back out there the next day, and I didn't think, well, it ain't going to catch nothing. But, for her, she thought it would. So we went out there. The box was thrown down the yard, and the stick was still laying there, but the carrots and apples was gone. Yeah, I need to film it. That's what I need to do. I need to take my camera and put it over there and lay it on there and see what comes of these. I know my son, he's got a trail cam down there, and something walked up and it. We couldn't catch what it was, but it jerked it off the tree. All it was just sitting there playing, and all of a sudden it went, shh, went to the ground. But only thing we've caught on it is deer and coyotes, a rabbit or a raccoon or something like that. But he puts a lot of corn and apples and stuff down there, so I thought maybe it would pick up on something. But now the hunters, they did catch a bear on theirs walking. They wouldn't mess with the camera, they was just walking by. And that was just, I don't know, it ain't even a football field away from the house. Now I got an outside camera here, and I might try to point it. If I start seeing activity again, I'll point it out there. Because I thought about putting a camera right here and just point it down towards the woods just to see if I see any, like when the logs get thrown up here, to see if I can see what's doing it. But now I tell you what, man, when stuff starts happening on this side of the house, the deer run out of these woods and they head up that way. And they'll come out here and eat in the grass. And if you go outside, they will not run. The woods is closer this way. They will not run in them woods. They run that way. E.T. She gonna kill you. Get him, Sandy. Sandy plays the piano. Is she really good? Well, would she like to come up one day and play? Sandy, will you come up and play the piano on my live stream? That's fine. We just had Joseph. She can come up and play gospel music. I like gospel music. You saying yes to me or yes to Debbie? She'll come and play ET if you come up and sing. Because I know she wouldn't ask me to sing, because I tried to sing the other day with this thing I got here, and the birds left and they still ain't come back. I said the other day, if there was a forest fire and everybody was worried about the animals in the woods, just give me a microphone, let me sing, and I'll run them all out of the woods.
Okay, I'll sing like this.
I'll sing like this. No, I can't. I'm telling you, I cannot sing. I'd run everybody out of YouTube. There wouldn't be nobody left for their lives. I sing in the choir at church, but that's because I got more people there that drowns me out. That's probably what it happened to be. I was sitting here singing, them dogs come in here and they all sitting there looking at like they're going to attack me or something. That might be a baiting call for Bigfoot. It'll be sleep. I can see Bigfoot now. He ain't much to look at, but he's got a beautiful voice. Well, there's Double D. Let me get this fan put back on me. It's hot. I'm gonna have to break down and buy me a new fan. I took 2 broke fans and try to make one fan just to put in here, and it vibrates and it turns and blows out the other way. I need to go buy me a new fan. All right, Donnie. So Sandy's going to come up and play piano on my live, but we're needing somebody to sing. Will you volunteer? Yeah, that's like me. That's what they told me. They get a soundboard and you can tune it in to make you sound good. Well, I've tried every button on this thing, and maybe that's why the mics won't work. The mics don't even want to hear me sing. That's bad when your microphone won't even hear you sing. Oh, you getting your mixer? Maybe that's what I needed. Did Sandy? Did you hear Joseph the other night when he was on my channel? I know ET was in here. And Debbie. Well, y'all is coming up on 2 hours. Here, let's see. Let me do it like this. Hold on a minute. Go on with that stuff, baby. How do you get on your channel? I can't even find my channel on my own channel. All right. This is me singing, Debbie.
So drinking fast, dancing in the moonlight, making memories last. Whiskey on my lips, love in our eyes. Time stands still as we slip into the night.
What do you think? That's so stupid. That's what happens when Slim gets in here at 3 o'clock in the morning, bored and can't sleep. Stupid stuff like that happens. I was telling y'all earlier, I made one with that voice, but I didn't have it hooked to the mixer. I had it hooked through the speaker. Then I had both mics up like this, and in here it sounds clear. But when I posted it and watched it, you couldn't understand nothing I was saying. So that was my beginning and ending of my singing career. It happened and ended in 5 seconds. About like that time, April tried to drink on New Year's. She started at 8, and 8:05 she was on the floor. And what is it the new video, ET? Let me find you. Where's you at? Have y'all noticed that you try to type in your names and it don't show up? You have to go to your, well, me, I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, I have to go into my list and find everybody because I try to type their names in and something else pops up. Even in my name, if I try my name, it pops up something else. It don't pop up me. Well, I know you're in here. Trying to find ET. I'm going to pass it again. Let me see here. See, it's still popping up something else when I type his name in. I was going to try to play the Bones one if I could find it, but I can't. Can you find your name, man? What in the world? ET, can you drop the link to that video you're talking about? Can you drop it in the chat? Oh, right there it is. Okay, let me get back. What in the world? Let me look again. I don't know what your name is not showing up in my thing. No wonder. I was looking for ET instead of Everyday Treasures. And is it a short? Yeah. All right, hold on a minute. I was looking for ET instead of Everyday Treasure. That's why I couldn't find it.
Okay, you guys. Walked through the woods and ran across these. Sandy's not going to know that I have them in the car until she sees this short. Wish me luck. Okay, you guys.
Is that the way that you
Walked through the
found them?
woods and
Was they
ran
laying like
across
that?
these. Sandy's not going to know that I have them in the car until she sees
Hey,
this
Kim.
short. Wish me luck. Okay, you guys. Walked through the woods and ran across these. Sandy's not going to know that I have them in the car until she sees this short. Wish me luck.
I don't know if that's
Okay,
my
you
thing is the way they laying. I don't know if you. Oh, you set them up like that. Okay. But those are the only ones you found? All right, Dustin, man. Thanks for coming by, bro. I appreciate it, man. I thought you done left. I didn't know you were still in here. I want one of them big steer heads skulls. Yeah, I found them in the woods and the like for bow hunting or something, and the arrow's still stuck in their side, and it's nothing there but the bone and the arrow. April, last 2 days, she left yesterday to go to the store, and she stopped in the middle of the road because there was a turtle in the middle of the driveway. So she got out and put it. I said, well, don't put it back where it was coming from. Put it on the side it was hidden. So she picked it up and she moved it to the other side. Well, today she was leaving, and that turtle was back there again, heading back the other way. So I don't know if it heard her and turned around and she moved it and it thought it was going the right way and then realized it wouldn't and turned back around, or what was going on. Well, sometimes she leaves and I'm just going to go to the store and get this one thing. And then 4 hours later, or 5 or 6 or 7, she still ain't back. I tell her, I said, well, your boyfriend has your time during the week, but the weekends you're off is my time. If he don't like it, then me and him need to have a sit down talk. She said, I wish you'd quit saying stuff like that. Yeah, we was it Casey? I think it was Casey. Oh no, what it was is the kids kept running in their bedroom for some reason. And they was all standing there for some reason. This was like for a week. And I was like, what are y'all doing in there? So they said, oh, nothing. So I had some clothes that I washed from, and I was putting them in their drawer. Now, this is when they was little. And I opened that top drawer up, and there was a turtle in the dresser drawer. They had found a turtle and been feeding that thing for a week. But they kept getting grass. They was feeding it grass. They wasn't feeding it, I guess what turtle would eat. But, so I told them, I said, we got to let this turtle go. I said, the turtle ain't going to live here. So I said, we'll take it down here to the creek. So we went down to the creek, and I thought, well, and the creek was all grown up, and I was in my Crocs and didn't really want to walk down that embankment. So I thought, well, I'll just, like kind of toss it in there to the creek. Well, the turtle went down, and the water wasn't as deep as I thought it was, and the turtle stuck like this. So I went down there. I had to climb down that embankment, and I had on a white shirt and tan light color shorts. And I got down there, and I got the turtle out, and when I pulled it out, the turtle poked his head out and looked at me like, why'd you do that for, man? So I put the turtle in the creek, let it go on its way. And I got back to the top of the hill, and I was muddy from head to toe. He said, put turtles in you. What kind of eggs were they? Regular eating eggs? See if you can pick up an electric bill. I have enough trying to keep mine low. Oh, a turtle with its eggs. Did you ever have any of them hatch out? That's like a feather or a fence, ain't it? I know in turtle season, they close the beaches down around here until all the turtles are gone. I bet you the smell was smelling though, wouldn't it? Yeah, I remember we used to go to the beach, and them turtles would, crawl into the ocean, and we would, pick them up and take them and throw them in the water. And the police come down there, and I mean, instead of saying, no, y'all can't do that, it's against the law. They took us up to the police car and was filling out paperwork. And I was like, man, I said, we didn't, they didn't know that they couldn't touch them turtles. It's like, well, it's a federal offense. And, y'all could be charged for messing with turtles. I bet you was the one that, like on Old Yalla, that boy always pulling snakes and stuff out of his pockets. Really? Now a friend of mine, I was coming home from school one day, and a friend of mine hollered for me. He was over at this church, and the church, the lower level, it's got the little window cutout things there. A little baby squirrel had got down in there, and it couldn't get out. And so he was trying to catch it, but every time he'd stick his hand down there, that turtle would bite him and scratch him up real bad. And he's seen me, I used to get squirrels to walk up to me and take nuts out of my hand or eat out of my hand, just wild squirrels. I've had deer walk up to me, but I reached down there and got this squirrel for him with my jacket, and I covered him up, and we took him home, or took him to his house. And the squirrel eventually got used to us, and we would sit in his room, and the squirrel would jump, on the bed with us and walk up her legs and climb up on her shoulders. And so I stayed over one night, and because his mom worked on the weekend, so he'd stay by himself, and he'd always want me to stay over there with him on the weekend. So, man, we was teaching that squirrel trying to how to box. We made these little boxing gloves for him and try to get him to box. Then we decided we're going to teach this squirrel how to ski. So we went and got popsicle sticks and wrapped cloth around the squirrel's foot and put them popsicles and try to put him in the bathtub and was going to pull him, to make him ski. It didn't work out too good. It just went, oop. His name was Rocky. And eventually he got bigger, and of course he was fat. He was a fat squirrel. So his mama, as we got older, that squirrel lived for a long time. But after we got older, we kind of neglected Rocky. So his mama took over taking care of her, or him, or whatever the squirrel was. But so we built a squirrel cage out in the back in the building and put it out there. But he got where he would get out and run around out in the wild, but he'd always come in to that cage at night and to his little bed and house he had in there. And after years later, after we then got older, he did that. And then finally one day his mom says he'd never come back, so she assumed that he either found somebody or he died. But I don't know whatever happened to Rocky, but that was a cool little squirrel. I can see that happening to you, D. I can see that happening. When I was younger, man, we'd run in woods and just dive into stuff. We didn't think about snakes or nothing like that. And to come think about it, I probably never, I'm sure they was there, but I don't remember seeing those snakes or nothing like that, or didn't pay any attention. And we'd catch them and, and play with them, and didn't know what kind of snakes it was. We'd just play with them. But now, man, I do not like snakes. Hey, we had that, man, there was this tree when I was probably 7, 8 years old, maybe younger, a little older. And there was this big old tree. And, at the top of it was a squirrel's nest. And I'll never forget, it was in Miss Johnson's yard. And I would, the tree was big, but I could wrap my arms around my legs and I could climb up that tree. And I'd get up on that limb. And there was 2 baby squirrels in that nest. And I would get them baby squirrels out and take them down on the ground and play with them. But when Mama come home, when Mama seen me with them now, she would try to attack me. That's a true story, man. I used to play with them animals like that, like rabbits. I'd go down there if there was rabbits down there behind the house. There was a family of rabbits, and I'd go down there and pick them. Go down there and play with them, and they would just come right up to me. My grandma used to say I had a gift. Well, I don't like spiders neither, but I don't, as long as I can see them. I don't like being laying in a bed or camping or something like that and wake up and spider crawling across me or done bit me. That's the thing about spiders, man. Spiders are sneaky. Now, if I walk up on a snake and I see it, I'll let it be and just keep going. But the ones that come in, try to come into my house to be with me, I don't like that. All right, guys. Well, we've been on here for 2 hours and 21 minutes. So I guess I'm gonna let y'all get off here, and I guess I need to get off here too and get some stuff done. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to stay in the woods. Yeah, they is sneaky. I remember I fell asleep in there on a couch one time, and I felt something crawling across me, and I just, in your sleep, I just took it, swatted at it, and didn't think no more about it. And then, I don't know, a couple of days later, I was laying there and I fell asleep again, took a nap, and sure enough, I felt another thing. So I reached up there, did like that, and I didn't think nothing about it. I woke up, and I walked in there in the kitchen. Neighbor said, "What is that on your back?" And I said, "I don't know. What is it?" And I went and looked in the mirror, and that spider was still splattered and stuck to my back. Cameron said, "Daddy don't know but two types of spiders, and that's black widow and brown recluses." Hey, Joseph, we were just talking about you. Told Sandy said she's gonna come up and play her piano, and AT's gonna sing, and Donnie's gonna sing. Everybody enjoyed hearing you play the other night. How was church, Joseph? Stick spiders in your soup before it get hard. Now, praying mantises, I used to love playing with them things. But that's something I hardly ever see anymore is a praying mantis. Every now and then I'll catch one, but I used to when I was younger, man. It was, I guess, because I stayed in the woods and stuff like that. And I noticed them more, but I just don't see them as much. Yeah, that would be good. Everybody said that, ET, but I've never been bitten by one. Everybody says they bite. I mean, I'm sure they do because you see them, if they're fighting against something, they're always taking them, catching them claws and. I don't like fire ants neither. Foot long. I've never seen them that big. I mean, I've seen them on videos that big, but I've never seen one in life that big. There used to be a channel that was on YouTube that they would put like different types of spiders in a box. Of course, the black widow always killed all the other spiders, and then they would put a praying mantis in there with other creatures. But I guess YouTube finally took his channel down because I haven't seen no more about it. I've caught them maybe that long, but I've never caught them a foot long. All right, David, you have a good night. I love you. Now I've seen videos, ET, of them things getting big, man, but I've never. I don't know. Maybe they just don't go as big here in North Carolina. But I'm sure there are some big ones. But I mean, you imagine a foot long praying medicine flying by you. That'd be like a miniature helicopter. Wow. Now I don't think I'd pick one up that big. Maybe that's why you get bit. You're picking up some things that had teeth and. Yeah, I don't see them. I mean, every now and then. I think last summer we caught one down there. It was on the side of the building down there, and I picked it up, and I was like, they was like, put that thing down, it'll bite you. I said, praying mantises don't bite. So I gave the grandkids, put it in their hands, let them play with it. Really? That's like stink bugs, man. I remember, like if you out in a field somewhere, I would find stink bugs, and I remember catching them in my hand, and then I chased my cousins around with them. The girl cousins, I'd chase them with it because they stunk, But I would see a stink bug every now and then. Now they are everywhere. Everywhere. We had baby miniature chickens, they wouldn't get like that big full grown. One of them was Pete and one of them was Pappy. And then we had some baby raccoons. Well, I seen some baby raccoons and I picked them up and brought them home. I got two of them. There was like 5 or 6 of them. I got 2 of them and brought them home and told my mom that the mama got killed by a car, got run over by a car, and they needed somebody to take care of them. So I thought I was going to get away with it. And so I got me a box and stuck them in the box and thought I was going to get away with it. And then my cousin come up there and said, Michael got them raccoons up here? My mom said, yeah, why? She said, well, the mama's down there looking for them, so they live up in that tree beside the house there. And I had to give up my baby raccoons, and then I got my butt whooped for lying. Yeah, well, see, them what was it called? Them Japanese, they look like ladybugs, but they bite, man. Them things bite. And they supposedly brought the stink bugs in to get rid of them, but they took over. Centipede. I don't mess with centipedes, man. You ever heard of helamites? They're little, like centipede-looking things. My cousin loves to fish with them things. Helamites, whatever you call them. Yeah. And then they brought, I don't know, somebody said they brought the stink bugs in to get rid of them, but I don't know. I thought stink bugs has always been around here. Because, I mean, there's nothing, I haven't seen nothing that can get rid of them. I mean, there's home remedies people say use, but it don't help. Or I haven't found one that helps yet anyway. Okay, T, you better get it before Sandy gets you. I'm going to end it anyway, man. It's we've been on here 2 hours and 33 minutes. But yeah, when if I do my next night live, I'll play your videos again. All right, man. Appreciate you coming, ET. Thanks everybody for coming. I really do appreciate it. Coming and hanging out with me. My phone ain't wanting to work. Right there it goes. Thank you everybody for helping me reach the 2K mark. Hey, Sia. Getting ready to end it now. Thank you for coming by. See, Vandal's finally going to go live again. But everybody have a good day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, peace, love, and always God bless. See y'all.